I have a couple of questions. So, Tom, thanks so much for the opportunity.
Pleasure.
I've been a big follower of your techniques and inspiration for years. And I'd love to know how you build trust with your clients as a real estate agent, as a professional. What are some techniques that have really served you well to build trust?
I would say two main things. The first one is to admit or bring forward a minor weakness. Right? Because if you, like, your business is into property, okay? So what I'm getting at is, for example, if I want to build trust with a buyer, I'll say to the buyer, if I think this house is perfect for him, I'll say, listen, I want to let you know, I think this house is going to be perfect for you, but there is a crack on the wall, right, in the living room, and it's a bit scary when you look at it. And then what actually happens is when they actually go and see it and then they realise it's it's only a small surface crack, automatically they have trust with you because they see you as someone that's brought in a weakness, right? And they think, oh, wow, not like a normal real estate person, right? The second thing that helps build trust, so showing vulnerability and showing a minor weakness would be the first one. The second one would be frequency builds trust. If you think about that concept. If, like, I've met you today for the first time, right? But if you and I had 6 or 7 interactions over the next 2 months, our relationship becomes more trustworthy because you look at what he said he's going to do, he's behaved in according, his audio matches his video. Does that make sense?
Yes,
So frequency builds trust. And that's why I say to people, if you want to play, you know, and trust is important because in real estate, if you think about it, what people buy is your promise that their home is worth more money if they give it to you. Right? So they're buying you, and the best way to improve your trust is to become someone's agent before they need an agent. Does it make sense? So you're talking to them over 2 years. Here's some information. Here's this. Here's that. Here's that. So you're getting, every time you do something good for them, it's like this jelly bean that goes into the trust jar. And the guy or girl who puts the most jelly beans in the trust jar wins the game.
Yeah, you're building trust over time and therefore you're top of mind, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I love that. On to personal brand then. So how important is having a strong personal brand, and what makes a strong personal brand as in the real estate industry from what you've observed and what you've experienced yourself?
So a personal brand is another form of prospecting because if you think about it, there is 2 ways you get business. You either get business because you've got this traditional sales approach. I reach out, I prospect, I interrupt people, I get their attention, I call them, I door knock them, I letterbox drop them. Or I have a brand. Example like Jago. I'm only saying that because he's walked into the room. Like Jago, he has a brand. It's both offline and online. And that brand is working 24/7 to attract attention. The attention comes from both buyers and potential sellers. So that's why brand is important. It is basically the best form of prospecting. Not only that, the lead that comes from your brand is better than the lead that comes from your prospecting. Because the lead that comes from your prospecting, I've reached out. I've reached out to you.
Rather than attract?
Correct. Like, I don't know whether this is a good example, but if you're in a bar and you're a guy, and if you go out and you're reaching out to everyone, will you talk to me? Will you talk to me? Will you talk to me? That is nowhere near as effective as having this magnetic force, and that's why I call it the attraction agent. It's not who you know, it's who knows you, that they come to you. Because when they come to you, you're in a better position of authority because you don't have that chase sort of mentality.
Love that. Thank you so much. So that's really great. I'd love to pass you over and introduce you actually to Connor, if that's cool.
100%.
If he's able to ask you a couple of questions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.